fifth point we are trying to discuss. So here I have so I was taking a pic. Now, somebody has asked me before the break, when ID is able to do the purpose of attribute, why are you taking attribute? When ID is, with the ID we are able to read the value, perform the operation, what is the use of this attribute? Right. So look at this context. This is the data what I have. Now tell me, how will you display the data? The ID I cannot display the data with the ID. With the ID I cannot display the data. Now how will you display the data now? If you want to display the data on the component, how are you using? V dot attribute. Using scripting, you can read the value, set the value, very good. Using the scripting, you can read the value, set the value, okay. But if you want to display the data, how will you display? Here I want to display data like this. Now, you can say, I will take output text. But every time I will not go with the output text. I don't require every time the same format of output text. Every time I don't require the format of output text. I want side by side. Permission. Right. Then what I'm doing, V dot I just want to display the data like this. Then how will you do that? Now, I was taking lightning card. Now, so boss, in the lightning card, when you say set attribute, you cannot give whatever the names you want. Whatever the attributes are there, only those attributes I can use. What are the attributes we have for the card? Title. Okay, title will come on the header. Title is coming on the header only, no? Left hand side is title, right hand side is action, footer, body. Already we are using it, right? Lightning button, label, submit, action. Then we had lightning, input, label, your ID. Lightning input. This is what I did. Now what was this? Enter the value of amount, rate, years. Then when I click on the show, calculate the value of interest and display the value. Now here the values what I am entering, those values I am referring with the help of IDs. The values what I am entering, these values I am referring with the help of IDs. The values what I am entering, those values are referred with the help of IDs. Okay. When I click on the controller, how do you read the value? Component dot find amount dot get where rate equal to component dot find rate right. Get the values. Amount. Right. Now, whatever the data we got, reading the values based on the IDs, setting these values to component. Component dot set v dot amount. Component dot set v dot. So reading the values based on ID, putting those values back to the attributes. Why? In the component I was trying to display. If you want to display those values in the component, we require an attribute. How do you display the value? Using attributes only you can display. Using ID I cannot display the data. Using ID I cannot display the data. This is what I get. Read the values based on IDs, set the values based on attributes. Right. Then we had so go for a preview. Okay. Now, okay, first let me finish this. I don't want to display that amount, years, rate, interest. Okay, I should display that only when you click on submit. When you click on submit, this input should be hidden, the data should be shown. First, let us take the basic structure. This is how we are getting. Probably, what was that? We have taken attribute R capital. Okay. So basically, the basic structure we receive. But what is the point here? What is the point here? Why are you showing both the elements together? Either you have to take show me input element or you have to show me output element. Either you have to show me input element or you have to show me output element, but not together, but not both of them, right? So there in the VF page, we used to apply a concept called render. Render this if it is true, don't render this if it is false, right? Similarly, Similarly, here in the lightning, we have a concept called URA if concept. Now, in the Visual Force page, we have a concept of rendered. Here I can use the same functionality with the help of URA if. URA if is true. URA if is true. I am going to give a condition. If that value is true, then display this. URA set. If it is false, URA set. So URA if is true. If the value what we gave in the attribute is to attribute, if it is true, this will run. URA set attribute else. Mute your mic, Kumar.
Yeah.
Mute your mic. Now, how are you controlling? URA if is true. If it is true, run the operation. False, don't run the operation. So I will use the same concept here. What I am doing here? I will take URA attribute, name equal to flag, type equal to boolean, default. So what I was doing, URA if is true, dot flag. The value of flag is true. The value is true, do this. Is true, do this. Then I am giving URA set attribute if it is true, do this. If it is false, do this. I hope people have got this story, right? URA if is true, do this. In the if only we are giving URA set attribute else. Now here in the controller, if interest is greater than 0, component dot set b dot flag right. If the value of interest is greater than 0, right. By default, what I have taken? By default, I have taken true. So URA if is true, condition is true. Go back here. This is what I give. The else part is hidden here. Submit. Right. So we are hiding the component, showing the other component. So what I am doing? We have taken attributes based on the IDs. We took the data, kept the value to the attributes. Then we are controlling the display of element, hiding the element. Controlling the display of element, hiding the element. Have you got the concept here? I hope I am clear with this. I hope I am clear. So how do you define the URA? How you define the URA? URA if is true, URA if. Now this is the logic. URA set attribute. If the if is false, what I have to display? This is what I get. URA set attribute else set the value. So read the value. How do you read the value? You based on ID, component dot find ID dot get v dot value. How do you set the value to attribute? Component dot set v dot attribute value. Right. Look at the code. If anyone has any queries still, let me know. Otherwise, we move to the next examples.
Satish, what we what if we want to keep both the components, like once you click the submit, it should display at the bottom, not in the, by not hiding it.
Right. Now he has a requirement. He is saying, now I want to keep the lightning cord the same. Then in the case, what you are supposed to do? No. Then what I can do? I'll make it as false here. He told he wanted the lightning cord on the top, but at the bottom I want to control whether to display or not. Okay. Then what we can do? I can make it false. Here what I'm doing, if it is true, displays. I just want to cover both if and else condition, so I have taken this. I want to cover both if and else conditions, so I have taken that format. Now I told if is true, v dot flag. If that is true, then only this will be displayed. Otherwise, it will not be displayed. So when it will be true, when you click on the button, if interest is above 0, then this is true. If it is true, then it is going to be displayed. What is the default value I give? False. As I told, default value is false. When you load the component, it won't be displayed. Then I give. Right. The purpose of why I have taken if set is, you also know the syntax of else. If I define this, you are not getting the syntax of else here. Okay. Just to cover both if and else in a single example, I have taken hiding and unhiding the elements. I hope you are good. Right, Amma? Okay.
Yes, Satish.
Any other query? Just I'll make it as false, so that you can cover both the examples in a single book. Now, all the 4 concepts are clear, whatever we had learned for the day. So, what are the...
Satish, I have a question, Satish.
One minute. I'll just keep it. Now, I covered reading the values from the component, attribute values, setting the attribute values. Reading the values from the input components based on ID, setting the values based on ID. Third concept what I learned is, on which element the event occurred. On which element the event occurred. On which element the event occurred. The third concept what we have given is, on which element the event occurred. Okay. Then the fourth concept what you have seen is controlling display. If display this, else display this. I hope everything is clear, right? Okay. Yes, Amma, go ahead.
Satish, based on the syntax, always only the if condition is invoked, right? Like if it is true, then only it goes into the else.
If it's no, see, it means if it's not true, then it goes to else. See, even though we
but it's within the block, right, Satish? So within if condition,
it's not a block condition, Amma. It is the syntax is defined in this form. It is a component. Syntax is defined like this. Okay.
Okay. So even if it's not true, then it goes into the else thing.
You are comparing this structure with what I have given. This is not the structure what we are giving. This is not regular programmatic if. This is the component.
Yes.
Component. If this is false, automatically goes to this.
Okay, got it.
Right.
Thank you, Satish.
Fine. Any other queries, Amma? Good. Shall we go to the next concept? People have followed this?
If it was a multiple else, then again we have to make an aura set attribute else.
Now I took a if else. You want to make multiple if is your choice. The same syntax will be followed, right? Right. Now if else I gave syntax, you want to take if, then go do it, no problem. According to that, you have read the expressions. Okay, Nama?
Satish, that means nested if also works, right? Like within else, I can put again if
any
else.
possibility you want to form, it's accepted, provided if you give a proper syntax.
Okay.
Proper opening and closing, if you give, anything is possible. Right. Whatever the conditions you are able to form there, here also you can form it. It's basically if else condition, you know. Whatever the jumbled things, whatever the jumble you can make it, possible jumble formats you can write it, provided if they're not breaking the syntax. Provided if they are not breaking the syntax here. Okay. Now, before I move on to the next story, So we have been doing the things with respect to one page. So let's come back to the page. Then I'll go to so look at this. Now with respect to this, the top structure we can do it. Top structure we can do it, right? Lightning cord, body, actions. This part we have done. Okay. Now my next requirement is I want to apply some CSS. Now what is the CSS? You are getting some breaks here, the spaces here, and the data we are getting a blocks here, right? Now we want to apply some CSS. So when I want to apply the CSS, before I get into the topic, how many of you have the basics of CSS? Basic background color, padding, right? Okay, right. I will not use a high-end syntaxes. Basic, right? Rest of the people, okay. Few things I'll give it. Rest we can push off as per required. Now, this is my block. This is my block. When I want to print an element, this is element what I want to print. Let us say lightning card I want to print it. When I want to print a lightning card, when you are printing any element, it is supposed to print 0, 0. If you want to give some spaces and print it, now how much space you are giving here? This is called margin. This is called margin. Okay, gap between border and the element is margin. Gap between border and element is a margin, left margin. Similarly, we have top margin. Basically, it should be 0, 0. Left margin, top margin. Then right margin, bottom margin. Now, in the element, I am trying to print message. Where I am printing? Submit. This is how the button will be printed. Now, in the element, if you are printing any message, it is going to be printed in the 0, 0 of the element. I don't want to print the message at 0, 0. I want to give some space and print it. Now, within the element, whatever you are trying to print, it is called padding. Within the element, what are you trying to print? This is called padding. This is called padding. Now, border and the element is called margin. Within the element, the space what you are trying to give before you print the element, in the element, whatever you are trying to print, okay, whatever you are trying to print, that may be a button or whatever it is. In the element, if you are a part of any element, now elements are okay. In the element, everything is going to be printed here. You want to give a space and print it, that is called padding. Now, gap between border and element is margin. In the element, whatever you want to print, you want to give a space and print it, it's called padding. So we have margin left, margin right, okay, margin top, margin bottom, padding left, padding right, padding, okay, padding left, padding right, the top and bottom. The next one we have, now, what was this? Border thickness is changing. Border thickness. What was this? Border solid black. Now this is now I am giving it border solid, the thickness of the border, right? So what we have? Left margin, right margin, then padding left, padding right, okay, borders. Then while you are printing the border, now what is the difference that you are finding? The curves here. That's called border radius. What was this called? Border radius. Now how much curve you want to give? The curve that you are trying to give, if you don't give any curves, it is going to be what? border. In the border, you want to give a curves. Now, border radius. Border radius. How much curve you want? How much curve you want? So, what are the basic properties we have? Margin, padding, border, okay, border and border radius. Now, I am just trying to apply. So this is background color. Then I am trying to print the message. Now this is color. Color of the font. Whatever the message we are printing, the color of the font, background. So we have background, color. Then again we have width, height. So what are the regular properties? Width, height, border, border radius, background color, margin. Generally, commonly used properties: width, height, border, border radius, background, color, margin. Okay, bad. I hope you got the story, right? Okay. Now, let me try to apply. Every component is going to have their own styles. Every component is going to have their own style sheet, right? Now, the other element that you are trying to understand, I have. Please mute your mic, everyone. When I say div is like you use Apex page block, right? When you say Apex page block, what happened? When you say Apex page block, what happened? One block is created. Similarly, in the HTML, div means one block. Page block means it's creating one block. In the block, you have body, whatever you want. Okay. Similarly, in the HTML, div is like a block. When you say one div, page block, place block is one after the other. Div means every div will be printed in a new line. Div is like a block. Div is like a block. Okay. Now let us apply these properties. Now I give right. Now we want to apply CSS for this component. In the component, what are we finding here? Click on the style. Now dot this, the component. Dot this is the one, that component. Dot box. Now when you say dot this, dot box, there is no space. Dot this, dot box, there is no space. If there is no space, we are referring to outer elements. Now we are referring to outer elements, style of outer elements. Style of outer elements. Look at the point. Now I have component 1. There are two components. Now within this, I have when you say dot this dot, this can be applied only to these outer blocks. Apply to these elements. Apply to this element. If you want to apply for inner elements, this is a different style. If you want to apply the CSS for inner elements, the style is different. Now dot this dot, dot this dot. What is the dot? Dot means class. CSS class. How the CSS class is given? Dot box, which means class box, CSS class box. Dot this dot box without any space refer to outside element. Okay. Now let me give you this. I was giving width. Right. We applied width, height, border. Let us go to the application. We got here last name, first name. We give width, height. No. Width, height, 1 pixel. Come again. Okay. Suppose you get the property properly. Okay. Now I'm giving some margin. Margin left. Margin left 50 pixels. So go back to this. It's not getting here. Let me check out why. Extension is not required because we are not using any lightning column, right? Component app. Now we don't require any extension. We are not using any. The reason why it is not applied is I have to apply this class now. I gave a class, but I didn't apply it. Div. So class equal to right. Margin left. Then I'm giving so margin left, margin top. So margin the gap between the element and the border. Now in the element where the data is printed here, here. So I want the space to be given. What I was giving here, padding left, 1 pixel. Now we're getting here, right? Go to the space here. So what was that? This is a margin. This is the padding, margin and padding. Now what is the extra property we want to apply? Background. So basic properties. Basic properties we are applying. Then what is the other property we have? Now border. I want to apply border radius. Or Salesforce. Then we had border radius. This is how the structure is, right? So basic. I hope you are good with this. Now, what I want you to do is create a login page. Username, password, submit. Username, password, submit. Create the login page where this page has to be in the middle of the block here. Now, I want to create a login page. Now, I told you already, dot this dot. Immediately when you say dot this dot, it refers to, when I say dot this dot, CSS class refers to outer element. It will not be applied for inner elements. It will not be applied for inner elements. It is only applied for outer elements. Now I hope basic style is clear. Every component will have its own CSS separately. Every component will have its own CSS separately. Now let us get into another example where I want to create a login form there. I want to create a login form. Writing input text. So we got like, so I am trying to apply class here. How do you apply the CSS? Dot log page. So here I am giving margin so apply some CSS color codes. Or general our that. Then we have width. Then we have, what else we can apply? Right mouse. Then we are applying padding also. When I apply padding 10 pixel in all the directions, it's going to be 10 pixel. In all the directions, 10 pixel. So what we are giving? Log page. Go back to the Lightning application. We're just trying to make some basic page. So between the elements, we are supposed to give some space here. Then margin.
Don't we need to extend that force.ld
Not, because
we
it is not necessary to extend force.com. Why? Because we are not giving any. We are not trying to apply any standard CSS of the Lightning component. We are not trying to apply any standard CSS of Lightning component. We are trying to take our own structures. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Then we have this component. Okay. So we have the basic structure of login page. Right. Now text we don't want to align on the left hand side. We want to put on the right hand side. Now what we can do? I can margin we can increase. What is that? Padding 20 pixel. So align your CSS in proper style so that you get proper look and feel. Align your data in a proper style so that you get a proper look and feel, right? So I give 300, I'm just reducing to 200 here. So basically what we are trying to do, boss, we are trying to build a page which will meet up your requirement. Margin top, where was that width? I hope you're good with this. Okay. I hope you're good. Let me create the structure. Now we are trying to apply the CSS and trying to create the structure what we need. We are trying to apply the CSS and trying to get the structure what we need. Okay. Trying to apply the CSS. Now the point here is, now when I say center, it is taking the center of the complete element. Because the padding is taken from here. The padding was taken from here. From here it is taken. Now what I want this data to be left aligned, or in the complete element, I want that to be center. Now right now it is taking a complete element in which it is giving a center. Now I don't want to take a complete element. I want that element only this particular area I want to take it and I want to center. Now what happened? I want to apply CSS. I want to apply the CSS for inner elements. Let us see how we can make CSS for inner elements. The basic structure is clear. Everyone is good? Clear for everyone? Right? Okay. Now, let us discuss the quick point here. Now, we have done a couple of examples with respect to Lightning card. But when you're done with the Lightning card, every time the width came, the complete page came, right? Input text, the complete page came. Now, I want to control the Lightning card with a div. Lightning card is outer, div is inner. The body of the Lightning card I am going to take as a div. The body of Lightning card I am going to take as a div. Then how do you apply the CSS for div? Let me give. Right now the div is straight away outer element. I told dot this dot class. It is applied for outer elements. Now look at this example, everyone. Straight away I'll go with the application directly. Lightning application. First I'm taking extends. Why I am extending? Because I was trying to use Lightning Now, basic structure I take. Now within this, I was trying to take lightning. Look at the point. Div. Now the div is inner element or outer element? Is it a straight away child of the application? No. It is a child of lightning card. Now if it is a child of, it's a direct child of component, it is a direct child of application, then the structure of CSS will be applied. Now outer element means that the element should be a direct child of component or application. Now div is not direct child of application. Div is a child of card. Div is a child of card. Card is a child of application. Now here I am giving could you please stop these messages? Anything you have got, you can communicate at the end of the class. This is how I create. Then I am created. This is the body part of the. I want to create your asset. Actions. Lighting. Button group. Some actions I create. Now let us execute this page first. Now this is the structure what I received. Now it is occupying the complete page. Now I want to apply the CSS for this. When I want to apply the CSS, I give style. My card. My card. Where I was putting, look at the point. This card was there in div. So the div what I was speaking is straight away outer class. Class equal to my card. Dot this dot my card. This is what I applied. Where is this div applied? Div was applied for outer card. Div was applied outer element. Have a preview. This is how we got it. When you got this, but elements, look at this. This data what you are finding here, this data you are finding is compact. It is coming to the border. So the gap is coming between these two, right? Why? Because we applied the div for this. This is the div for outer div. So what I gave here, width I can increase to 600, height I can increase to 250. Then I told border pixel. Now look at the structure. Now the size of the card is more than the size of the div. The size of the card is more than the size of the div. So now look at this. There is a gap between div element and what was this called? Padding. The div is printed from here. This is margin. This is padding. Now this is the element. Now this is the div. Now what is this? This is the outer element. In this element we have a lightning card. In the lightning card we have a body. So look at this again. We are giving height 350. This is how we got it. Look at the structure. Now this is the outer element what I received. For the outer div I told this is the div. Width, okay, margin, left margin, top margin, width, height, padding. Now what you want? You want the CSS to be applied for these elements. You want the CSS to be applied for enter name, enter age, enter salary. Now that is not direct child of application. That is the inner element of lightning card. Now if you want to apply the CSS for inner elements, what should I do? Look at the point. Now look at this. Dot this space dot box. Dot this space dot box. Here I told padding 20 pixels. Padding 20 pixels. I give padding 20 pixels. So go back to this application. Now look at this. Div plus equal to. If it is inner element, we have to give dot this space, dot this space, okay, dot this space, dot CSS. Now we got the space between these elements here. You got the space between elements here? Are you getting my point here? So if it is an inner element, how you are supposed to apply the CSS? If it is an inner element, how will you apply the CSS? Dot this space dot, okay, space class name. If it is outer element, when I say outer element, direct child of component. Direct child of component. That is the outer element. If it is for outer element, dot this class name. Dot this dot class name. If it is for inner element, dot this space dot class name. Are you getting my point? Previously, the lightning card length is coming as you, okay, complete page was occupied. Now I was able to control this. Are you clear about this? Right, boss? So this is what the complete structure what we are trying to build it. Now when you are trying to give a
Satish, regarding the same, which CSS will be overriding?
right. First, allow me to complete. Okay, at the completion,
Okay.
please ask the question. Please do not interrupt while explanation is going on. Right. Fine. Look at the format. Now this is the overall structure what we are trying to form. So in the overall structure what we learned from day one, what we learned, we seen about how to create an application, how to create a component, then the component, how to take an attribute. Now this calculation should happen and I want to display. Calculation should happen and I want to display. Calculation should happen and I want to display. Are you trying to get my point? Now this is the structure what I am getting here. When I am getting this structure, okay, just now I control a concept, right? What is the concept? When data is entered, display the data at the bottom, enter amount, enter salary, interest. Now the same structure I want to control. We are going in a particular organized way so that we can cover all the topics as per your requirement. Now this is the page. Now here I want my component to be displayed. Here I am going to enter the data. What was it? Enter amount or enter a value. Then I'm going to have add set. When I click on this result should be printed. This result should be printed here. When I click on this, the result should be printed here. Now when I click on add, what should I get? Now I should get the data like this. A value, B value. Right. When this component should be displayed, when I enter the button, the component should be displayed. Otherwise, the component should be hidden. Now, how will you achieve this? Same. Now we need to take some extra component here. CSS I require URIF, I require a controller because I want to perform some calculation at the backend. I want to perform the calculation at the backend. Okay, now this will give you component, attributes, client-side controller, and also hiding the element, unhiding the element. Now initially when I load the page, this should not be there. When I click on this, they should be coming here. So how do you do that? How do you do that? URIF, right? So here to achieve this concept, we require one extra component. Now whatever the components we have learned, using those components I cannot achieve this. We require one component which will divide the page into 2 blocks. I need a component which will divide the page into 2 blocks. So that first element in the first block, second element in the second block. I hope you got my point. First element in the first block, second element in the second block. I hope you got my point, right? Are you getting? Okay. This will be controlled in the next point. Okay. I will be covering that point. This is called layout items. What was the concept called? Layout item. When I go to the concept called layout item, I will be covering how this can be hidden or unhidden. Okay. So our basic aim is from day one, the page is what I am trying to create with respect to a detailed page. I was trying to take one of the existing page and I was trying to explain how you build one by one. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now, what was this concept? Lightning card, if you take it, I need to control it. What was this? Lightning card. Lightning card. So we are trying to take a lightning card. Till now the complete page came. Now we have applied our own width and height for the lightning card and told how much space you can occupy. I hope you are good with this. Clear for everyone? Right. Yes, online. Go ahead. What is your query?
The 2 div you have taken, there are 2 CSS. So in parent CSS overrides child or child will override the parent?
Now look at the point. You constructed a house. Now you can apply colors for the house. You want to paint your house. Now when you painted the house, outside house with a black color, also pink color you have painted. In the bedroom, if you apply white color, which will dominate? In the bedroom, if you apply white, outside house also will be white or not? It will not be right. So first one you have taken the complete outer block. For the block you have given. In that block, any particular element you want different style, then only you apply a style. See, why did you define a different style for inner element? For this element, I don't want the style which is there for the outer. Whatever the style you apply for the entire element, I don't want that style. That's the reason I have defined inner style. So the purpose of writing inner style is to override the outer style. The purpose of defining the inner style is to override outer style. I hope you are good. Right, boss?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Now, so everyone is good with this concept? Anyone has any query on that? Clear for everyone? Yes, ma.
Yeah, suppose
1 minute, online 1 minute. 1 minute for 1 minute. When you go for inner component, okay. Now, see, if you want to apply the CSS, basic fund of CSS is there. What is it? Inline CSS, okay, internal CSS, external CSS. Now, if you want the CSS to be applied for a particular element, then define the CSS for only the particular element. Then you will not be going for the style sheets here. Let us say, I want to apply the style for this. Okay, then what we do? We will go to, he has a question, we had an enter name, enter age, enter salary. What if I want to apply the style only for enter age? Only for this component, if you want to apply, what should I do? Now, basically what happens, we cannot give the style, regular CSS styles here. So then in that case, what we do, either you have to define a separate CSS there, separate CSS class, or else go to this, check out what is the appropriate style you require. Check out this, what are the appropriate styles you require. You can apply that class directly. Okay. Now, this is a lighting design system. Okay. Lighting design system. Now, basically, for the entire element, if you want, I can go to the style class and apply. No, I want a particular style for a particular element, then what we can do, we can go to utilities. These are the margin. Just have a one view on this. Okay, it will irritate you, but okay, just whenever you get a time, just keep referring one element. Okay, you cannot by heart that structure. Whenever you get a time, just keep using one element so that you remember it is some of them. Okay, right. So you can go to this, try to get your structures. Okay. All right. Okay. Any other? Yes, Amma, online. What was your query?
Suppose, yeah. So how can we apply the colors dynamically? Let's say when I click on add button, I would like to see the results in some
You know what? A lot of echo is coming. How can we apply?
dynamic CSS. So let's say
See,
on click of add button.
now that should be controlled with the JavaScript. Here's a question. We are giving a style directly. What if I want to apply the style dynamically? Dynamically means what? When you click on a button, some style should change. When you click on a button, some background color should change. That will be done with the JavaScript. Okay, that will be done with the JavaScript. We are very basic level. We are just looking how to create basic inputs. We are just trying out. Okay, when you try with advanced examples, we'll see how to apply some changes on the components. Okay, at this level, I am making as simple as possible to get the structure. Right? The way we control the styles in JavaScript, the same exact way we control here. There is no difference. Right? Okay. Any other queries from anyone else? Shall we wind for the day? Right.
What time tomorrow's class?
Tomorrow class will be at 8:30 a.m. IST, and the topics what I'm going to discuss for the tomorrow. This will be the topics for the tomorrow. So I'll be covering lighting layouts. Then I'll be giving how to read S object. Now till now input components you have taken with only primitive number structure. If you want to refer to account, contact, customer, how do you refer it? Third one, array of elements. How do you refer to array of elements? Then we go with the Apex class. Hopefully I'll be finishing these topics for tomorrow's session. So how do you create a layouts? How to create attribute as S object? How to create attribute as array? Then how to call Apex class from the client side controller. Probably these topics will be finishing. So it will be 8:30 to 10:30. Right? 8:30 means 8:30 only. Right. Chalo. Right. Yes, Amma? Yeah.
Can you open the